What's up? It's your boy Kevin to turn on this motherfucking YouTube shit. Wow, what the fuck?
What's up? It's your boy Kevin to on YouTube shit. Hey man, we are lit, eh? Lit that shit, man. Turn. Today, motherfucking day. So here outside, big crib in the gang. So here's that shit, man. Free Palestine, free Congo, Russia do your thing, and Texas stand the fuck up. Each day is a new day to be a better version of yourself. Never let my bring you down or stand back. Never let my tell you are, but also put yourself in a position to belong. Stay humble. Let's go on the revolution on this movement. Keep Yahweh first, man. Come to the Black Hebrew Israelite as a real Jew, and we out here. All right, boom. Today, motherfucking day, straight here outside, big crib in the gang, straight shit, man. Alright, gang, I've been trying to come out here 24/7. I ain't cap, I've been tired 3 though. But it's been raining for the past 5 days, nigga. Like, no cap. It's still raining today, but it's not raining as hard. Like, it's been getting crazy out here, like, no cap. But, so y'all know what happened, recently with, a local rapper in Texas who lived in Fort Worth named Little Ronnie. He got murdered with his daughter in the car while he was going washing his car. You know what I'm saying? And I guess allegedly the people who did it got caught. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I was wondering, like, what the fuck? Why did it get down to this? You know what I'm saying? Like, it couldn't have just been over some rap beef. You know what I'm saying? Because it don't get that deep. You know what I'm saying? Like, really, like, over some rap. Like, sometimes it does. Like, some people, some of these niggas are sensitive as fuck. You know what I'm saying? But as I was doing, like, a little bit more, looking into it, man, I guess Little Ronnie, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's be honest, man. We hood niggas. We street niggas. We ain't perfect. You know what I'm saying? We make mistakes. We know we do a little bit of this and that. But you know, what you do in the streets can't come back to haunt you. So I guess Little Ronnie was gambling. You know, he was like one of the biggest gamblers in Texas, I guess. They were trying to say that he ran off with the plug. They said he set up some niggas to get robbed because he lost some money out in the bet. And he got set up, and I guess somebody put a hit on his head because it was 2 occasions where he did his setup thing, and I guess they came back and put a hit on his head, and the people who did it, they had beef with Go Yayo, and you know what I'm saying? But also, they was trying to say that Go Yayo ex-baby mama had beef with Go Yayo and Little Ronnie, and she was one of the main reasons how they got set up. So we got the video. It's crazy. It's gonna be a long video. Sad too, man. R.I.P. man. And Charleston White. That's where they got a little bit of this information from. So let's get into it, man. Alright, gang. Shout out to OG Jericho. Y'all know we been wondering what's going on with this Little Ronnie, death of his daughter. So I guess they just said that little Ronnie ran off Mexican plug and set up dice, and he robbed them niggas. So.
If y'all talk on camera, I ain't doing nothing for you. I ain't buying no toys. I ain't getting you no swimming pool, nothing. So you got
RP gang.
big thing. You just turned 5. You hear me? Got Big T with me on the clock with Daddy today. It was Rain Daughter Day. You hear me? What it is. But
Little Ronnie, man,
video.
He wasn't a rapper, but he was in a lot of rap videos.
Oh, baby, no, he was playing street, y'all. So y'all go act like he wasn't playing. He was playing street.
They set the boy up to get robbed.
Did this nigga get a hair transplant?
Then they ran off with like 200 pounds of the Mexican. You think that Mexican just sitting back, letting them rap and make videos and them not go retaliate? That's what's wrong with you. Listening to these rappers running off on the plug. That's what done happened. Listening to these rappers talking about running off on the plug and running off on the plug.
Damn, I didn't know it like that.
You shot straight, but you shot late. High level. This is
getting crazy, man.
I'm gonna give you the rundown.
Forest Hill community took time to remember a father and his 5-year-old daughter after they were killed in a shooting. Little Ronnie and the 36-year-old Fort Worth rapper Ronnie Sibley, known as G-Money Lil Ronnie, were gunned down at a car wash last week.
Damn, I didn't know it like this.
The car wash closed early to host a balloon release in their honor.
A lot of hurt people, man. You know, it ain't never a good thing when somebody that's popular in the city, that's popular with the people and stuff like that, be taken away over senseless violence.
That don't look too good, man. But damn, she got the stack of money on.
And this comes as we learn more about the two suspects now charged with capital murder. Court documents show the getaway car used by the two men belonged to the girlfriend of one of the suspects. He parked it in an apartment complex after the shooting and told her to pick it up. The girlfriend told detectives her boyfriend said he left it there because, quote, something bad had happened, but didn't give her any details. We're still waiting to hear from police about a motive.
There was a paid hit on my baby and my all gonna go. Everybody gonna lay around this. I promise you, we ain't ducking no action. I promise you. I'm ready to go.
Damn. I mean, you lost your baby daddy and your daughter.
What y'all play? Just play some. Play that canard.
Like I said, son, sometimes, man, people turn up for their pain, man.
All casinos by the fact. Every casino around it. Talking about and the whole entire month. Okay, I can't say that. I was gonna say Houston, but some of you in Houston. Not all y'all, but some of y'all half the Houston. Talking about I don't give a. I ain't ducking no action.
Fact.
Talking about name that nobody make it. I don't give a.
Say hey man, it's OG Jacario. Now back at you with another one. And in the case of Ronnie Sibley, aka getting money to Ronnie and his 5-year-old daughter, Ronnie Sibley. There has not been any updates as far as if any other suspects are, being looked at as persons of interest at the time. But what I do have is an article clearing up more information that was put out there before that was unclear, when they first put out the reports. Now, authorities are saying there's no motive still at this point, even though both of these suspects are in custody. Nobody ain't talking about who put them up to this, or anybody put them up to this at all, which I do believe and others strongly do agree that these two were crash outs for, somebody else's call, somebody else's reason, right? And maybe that's why Adonis was on the run trying to go to Houston to go pick up some money. That's maybe, the reason why the baby mother is saying F Houston, because she figured out that they were trying to go to Houston to go get the payoff, right? The bag for the hit on Get Money to Ronnie was supposed to come out of Houston, right? And a lot of people were saying, well, CJ Casino, was named in that video. Also, when she was going off about this was a paid hit on her baby and her dude, right? Talking about Get Money to Ronnie. And now, so if you put two and two together, I don't know if she's going off what the public is saying in the comments or people's opinions about the situation, or if she actually has the intel about, the inside source information. If they knew if it was coming out of Houston, they should know who it's coming from, right? If ain't no more suspects at this time, right, or no more further information.
So it says a paid hit from Houston?
That's the case. Now, at first, they tried to say CJ Casino was locked up when this first happened, and that was proven to be false, right? So at this point, man, there's too many different motives that's been named as far as the streets go. But the law enforcement don't have a motive. The streets have plenty of motives, though, right? Streets saying, Charleston White saying, they robbed somebody for $40,000, right?
Yeah.
That's one motive. They want to get back. Who knows who that is? And if the people know who got robbed at a dice game, they know who that is, right? So it's like a if you know type of thing, right? So that's one motive. And the second motive is, you got Twisted Black with the song saying that Charleston White also mentioned that in the clip. That they robbed the essays for, talking about some pounds, okay? So that's another motive. We don't know if it came from that direction. And then you got the law enforcement saying that the music industry is being investigated also in this investigation. So that could very well be a motive.
Sacrifice?
But what we got to know is that if the law enforcement is saying that the music industry, is being looked into in the investigation as well, right? So that's letting us know that they might feel like this is a rap beef, music, based grievance that he was having with another rival, rapper or gang in the city of Fort Worth. So at the same time, that's what I get from law enforcement putting that information out there. And then you have the fourth motive would definitely be what they're saying also. It's a lot of people's opinion that him just being affiliated with Go Yayo and the 4E gang, right, is, just bad enough alone. That could be a motive. Just, the gang violence in the cities around America is running rampant. And, people are more perpetuated now by the rap music, the songs that are, being put out there in the atmosphere. And, the spinning, the sliding, the shooting, and the gun culture, and, glorifying death and money and fame and women and, fashion. It's just out of control. Drugs, you know what I'm talking about? So, yeah, man, all that there plays a factor in all of this right here. So,
Ronnie used to be in Go Yayo videos a lot, man.
Did somebody pay them to do it? That's still, unknown at this time, but I'm pretty sure that once everything get looked into, phones, right, cell phone records, in the article I'm going to read, it also says that, Adonis Robinson told his girlfriend, right? Yeah, told Kay, hey, erase all the messages in the cell phone. Let's get to it. Right. The affidavit reveals that on the morning of March 3rd, before that deadly shooting happened, Adonis Robinson dropped off his girlfriend at work, and him and suspect number 2, Jacoby Russell, pulled up at the Slappy's car wash at 10:48, catching Ronnie Sibley, a.k.a. Get Money Lil Ronnie, vacuuming out his car. This little girl sitting in the front seat of the Dodge Challenger. And the 2 suspects come around the corner running and gunning for Get Money Lil Ronnie's Dodge Challenger, whereas little daughter is sitting in the front seat. And where he takes off running, and they corner and chase him down.
That shit was wild, man.
Trash compactor there on the property.
I wanted that baby got killed as soon as they started shooting the first bullet.
Even fleeing the scene, they looked as if they were confused about who was going to be driving the vehicle before taking off. Police said the suspect vehicle was located at an apartment complex, and this was like about a mile and a half away from Slappy's. And also, so this means that if one of the grandparents also stayed there in the neighborhood behind the car wash in that suburb right there, that means both of the suspects stayed in the vicinity of the car wash. And surveillance video captured the moment both suspects parked and exited the car just before 11:10 a.m. the day
cameras
of the
everywhere.
shooting. Police said that the 2 men appeared to throw multiple items from the car, these had to be the guns, into a grassy area behind where the car was parked before walking into an apartment at the complex. About 1:39 p.m., police said a woman arrived at the apartment complex, got into the car, and drove away.
Shit.
Police conducted a traffic stop on the vehicle and identified the driver as 23-year-old Keandria Johnson.
Why would you drive that damn car?
One of the suspects, Robinson, she told the officers he was her boyfriend. This is meaning that they already knew about Robinson because of his ID, right? that was left in the car and asked her how she knew Robinson. When she confirmed that was indeed her boyfriend. Now, I remember saying in my previous video that they wasn't name dropping her in the articles before, and they didn't even hardly show her arrest anywhere that I seen, besides YouTube. I didn't see, any major news stations showing that arrest of Keandra Johnson. But now they're naming her in this article, right? And they're saying that Keandra Johnson said Robinson dropped her off at work earlier in the morning so he could borrow her car. She later told Forest Hill police detective that Robinson picked her up from work at about 1 p.m. in an SUV, told her where her vehicle was located, and asked her to pick it up because something had happened, the affidavit revealed.
Oh, so
now, hold on right there.
I don't know, she didn't know.
She said something totally different when, they put something totally different out, that she said, besides him coming to pick her up from work and telling her where the vehicle was located and asked her to pick it up because something had happened. She said that he called her, told her something had happened, and told her where to go get the car. See, in this article,
so she had a white Kia
and picked her up. That's what she told them. She later told a Forest Hill police detective that Robinson
they have been having a lot of beef
about 1 p.m. in an SUV. Told her where the vehicle was located, which was at the apartments where they stashed the guns at, and they went inside the apartment. Now, whose apartment was it? Did they ever find the guns? They never said they, found the murder weapons. I mean, if this is what, they were throwing in the, the grass, so I'm trying to figure out, it's a lot of details that are being left out that I see just by reading the article, right? It's saying that, Keandra Johnson said that Robinson wouldn't elaborate on the details, but told her she needed to delete all cell phone communication between them. According to the affidavit, Keandra Johnson was shown surveillance video and still photos from the shooting scene at the car wash and admitted she recognized her boyfriend Robinson as one of the suspects because he was wearing the same outfit when he dropped her off at work. At this time, no charges have been brought against Johnson in the case, and Russell and Robinson have been expedited back to Tarrant County to face charges. Now, notice in this article that I just read, it mentioned that Keandra said that Adonis came to pick her up in an SUV, right? So where did he get this SUV from all of a sudden if he needed to borrow her car that morning, right? That was just, very dumb. Where did he get this SUV from? He could have slid in the SUV.
That's what I'm saying. Either
one of their names or, nobody's name that, could possibly identify him as being the driver and the shooter at that time.
He could have made the hit in the SUV,
yeah, man, he's in a whole different SUV picking her up from work, right? So I'm pretty sure they, seen that on surveillance video at her job, what type of SUV it was that he obviously used to get to Livingston, Texas, and going towards Houston, Texas. He was just an hour away from Houston. Keep that in mind. And like I said, maybe that's
he was an hour away from Houston? Bitch, you should. Nigga, it don't take that long to go to Houston. It's only 4 hours, my boy.
Now,
nigga, I would have made that shit in one night.
Told Keandra, delete all the messages,
I would have made that bitch in one night.
Cell phone.
What they talking about, nigga?
And that was weird.
That's crazy, though.
Just, a few days later, come that Thursday, the same day he gets caught, right? All those SUV law enforcement vehicles way down there in Livingston, Texas. They followed the girl.
They gotta have.
When you're starting out with your finances, you want to
straight to him. So why tell the girl to delete all the communication between y'all when they already know y'all boyfriend and girlfriend, right? She gets stopped in the vehicle. You did it in her car. You left your ID in there. That's how they knew to ask.
She left the ID?
How did you know Robinson? She tells them that y'all in a relationship.
Yeah, so that your ID on your head.
She used her car that morning after you dropped her off at work. So she had to be there
probably
by 10:30. Probably by 10:30 she had to be there. But that would have left her just a little window of time for them to catch, get money a little running. If they would have drove by the scene and seen them up there first, that's a possibility. Since they stayed so close, once they, about a mile and a half down at the apartments where they found the car at, obviously this is where, Keandra stays at, because they wouldn't name the apartment, but obviously it was, they're saying it's a mile and a half from where Slappy's car wash is where there's an apartment that both of the suspects walked into after throwing those objects, right? The guns in the bushes. So it must be some type of wooded area back there that they figured, that they were going to just stay.
That's stupid.
Back there because
nigga, you don't do it, throw it in the sewer.
On his way
somewhere.
to Livingston, Texas, right? Just think of all the places he could have got rid of those actual murder weapons at, besides just throwing them in the back of the wooded area behind the apartment.
You don't do that shit.
Walking in moments after the murder. And according to Charleston White, in that Say Cheese interview he said that one of the suspects, he didn't say which one, but one of their, granddads stay in that suburb, right there behind the car wash, right? That's connected to the car wash. Because if you go out there and exited those two black cars, exited the scene from, right? And then the getaway vehicle exited, straight out, on the bypass and on the highway, right? So, but if you go back with those two black cars exited during the shooting, right? Yeah, that's a whole neighborhood going that way. So it's like, they didn't even, pull up on Lil Ronnie while he was at the vacuum coming from, inside the neighborhood. So with Charleston White saying this could be a spontaneous thing, I understand what he's saying. Both of the suspects, now being linked to right there.
So you think they just probably saw him?
Close to that crime scene.
But they told him not to go to the car wash.
Now, if it was spontaneous, let's just say he dropped his girlfriend off at work, and, he was, right back in the area where they stayed at, a mile and a half from the car wash, okay? And he probably passed the car wash up. You already got the other suspect who's over here at his granddad's house in the suburb right there, by the car wash.
They probably was waiting.
So,
let's be
now
honest.
the cars come in, maybe somebody at the car wash gave him some intel, maybe the boy just looked up and seen Ronnie, because everybody knows his vehicle, but Ronnie doesn't stay in Forest Hill. He stays in Crawley, Texas. This is what the information,
So why would you drive that far to a car wash?
Ronnie was just visiting Forest Hill that day, right? And it makes me wonder, since he's, from a town 15, a suburb 15 minutes away from Fort Worth called, Crawley, Texas. He waited there, and we have to assume he was waiting on the baby to be dropped off. Because, if he's not from there, this is not an everyday thing. I don't know, man. His vehicle at that car wash. Or maybe that was just a, pickup spot to meet up with.
It was never stayed what time Ronnie got.
Girl that day. You know what I'm saying? Because it wasn't her birthday. All that was cleared up. The baby mom, she cleared all that up, right? Shaman said, she was at a birthday party.
Is that a bullet in the back door? Like somebody shot the damn door, bitch.
Armani's cousin birthday at Great Wolf Lodge, and they were spending time there. So if you got the baby already over here, in one location at Great Wolf Lodge the day before, right? That has to be picked up that morning of the homicide, right? And transported to the car wash. And they're saying that the mother did that, took the little girl from Great Wolf Lodge, right? That's 34 minutes away in Grapevine, Texas, from Forest Hill, where the car wash with Slappy's is located, where, her father, Ronnie's sibling, is...
so he waited outside for 30 minutes?
This has to be, time orchestrated, right? Because she has to drive 34 minutes, 28 miles.
So he has to drive 15. He has to wait till for 30 minutes.
He's located. So that means
anything can happen in 30 minutes.
Sit here, get my car washed, vacuum out my stuff, while I wait on my baby girl.
But the baby got dropped off, and that's when they got blamed.
Long enough for people to recognize that he was there in order for the shooters to go prepare to come back over there and do what they did. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, but say, man, hey, man, it's wicked in them streets. So, I mean, that's just how I'm, looking at the events starting to unfold. Now I see a time schedule.
Insane.
As far
it's crazy
as,
out here.
The little girl being dropped off, she was there at the time when the shooters returned. If they already had intel and seen him up there, or heard or got a call that Get Money to Ronnie was at that Slappy's car wash. It's only so many different elements that could be true, right? And we shall see as more information comes forward. But as of this moment right now, that's all we have. And best believe more will come out as far as suspects, I'm thinking it will be some more suspects. This one just,
I don't know.
for nothing, like Charleston White said, this was behind something, major. You know what I'm saying? It was straight, immediately start shooting when you seen
You might want to see what Charleston White talking about. I don't know.
And they claimed that, they didn't know the girl was in the car, right? But, the baby mother said she feel like they knew, right? The surveillance footage is showing them still aiming at the Dodge Challenger, right? With the baby.
Charleston White said some crazy ass shit.
After Ronnie's already, ran around the perimeter of the car wash. So it's like, you gotta, look at that and, make your own determination on what they thought at that moment in the, commencement of that crime. Now, with people speculating that the shooters followed the baby,
Charleston White said some crazy ass shit that I was not
Great Wolf Lodge,
agreeing with.
Indoor water park and Grapevine that you can also rent a room there. So obviously this is where they was coming from if anybody was gonna follow her, if they want to go that route. But I highly doubt that. Like I said, both of the shooters, according to reports now, stayed in the vicinity, no more than a mile and a half. And right there behind in the suburb, right, the granddaddy of one of the suspects. So, that seems more likely that scenario.
But Charleston White is from Fort Worth, so I don't know. He might know some shit. You feel me?
Or somebody called them and informed them that he was there. Now, in a recent backlash that she's getting from online, the baby mother, Shaman, put up a video on Facebook, or social media, could have been IG, showing her, with the money. Okay.
Yeah, that's wild.
People are saying this is.
I don't know if that's the best move.
She must have withdrew the money out of the account. Is what people are
now,
putting out there from their assumptions. Okay.
More in different type of ways.
She shows the money in the video that I played earlier. Now, after all the negative energy she got for posting that video, and she caught negative energy also for posting a GoFundMe, right?
Damn.
And this was before.
Damn, 53K, nigga.
Showing the money, at the balloon release.
Yeah, that's a bag, nigga.
In good spirits as she should be. People grieve different, right?
Yeah.
And she's handling hers how she handling hers.
Yeah. Some places people have points when people die.
And, out about the situation.
They had a video where a whole nigga was dying in his casket having a party with that nigga. Dead in the casket.
For all the scams that was going around, people was trying to create, the fake cash apps.
53K.
So she made the one GoFundMe that was official, for her and her two.
Makes sense though. Everybody making a scam ass account
to benefit from in this time of grieving and bereavement. The baby mother Shaman also posted this about the GoFundMe on her Facebook.
That's wild.
She said, "I don't give a F about a GoFundMe from stranger to family. Y'all pressed about money. I've been having money in my way. I guess I have to say this. Like, give my babies back. I don't give a F about none of this ish. No money in the world will make me turn against my child or my BD. But on both of them, I slap all you ML. I mean, anybody. I've been taking care of Yanni since she was 1 when her mommy didn't have ish. And that's why the HOE text yesterday saying Yanni wasn't coming to the funeral because you mad about some money. Like, I still do for this baby. Just the other day, I bought a $300 iPad 3 days ago. I'm sick of all this. Y'all pressed about my baby so bad. They can clearly take my baby place and give her back. My God, you people are sick as F. I'm sick to my stomach. I'm about to take my page down. This is a joke to people. I'm hurting.
Yeah, that's crazy.
This is what Shaman, the baby mother, posted on Facebook after she got the backlash about, posing with the money, doing the money.
It's kind of crazy. I ain't gonna cap. It's kind of like it's kind of,
Yeah, so all this is very, very sad, man. Nobody wins in this situation, right?
If y'all want to support the GoFundMe, that's y'all. I ain't telling y'all to do it because you never know.
She posted this as well. Mr. Ronnie Bill Sibley Jr. and Little Miss Armani Ariel Sibley. And you may order flowers also off of treeoflifebloom.com. And the visitation for the funeral, will start on Wednesday, March 19th. And then the celebration of life, the actual funeral service, will be on Thursday, March the 20th. All right? And, yeah, man, rest in peace to Get Money Little Ronnie, right? and his baby girl, Armani. And Shaman also posted this right here when she posted those funeral arrangements. She says, I just can't see y'all like this. I went to the funeral home to make arrangements and didn't have the courage to walk in and lay eyes on y'all. I just can't stomach this ish. I hate how the world is treating me. I know you always said it's the internet. They will have their opinion, but in real life, I'll turn this ish upside down. I'm not scared to go. We've been friends since 1999. Got together in 2013. I haven't left your side since. I was your family. I am your family. You didn't have a family, so we made a family. This ish is deeper than the internet. My heart left when you left. I'll never get another you or my baby back. I'm still trying to push for Jamon, but I'm tired. Right? So this is what Shaman also posted, and what people are giving her a hard time about her having a good time on camera.
Man, I can't replace
right? Instead of
everything,
seeing
gang.
her down, she's clearly posting. She's
You can have all the, everything in the world, but we empty on the inside.
very dramatically at the time, and nobody's paying attention. They only pay attention to what they see and not what they read, because a lot of people don't want to read, right? A lot of people are too lazy to read.
That's a fact.
A lot of people don't know how to read. A lot of people don't care to read. But this is clearly this woman's, feelings as to what's currently going on in her world versus what the internet is saying. And she just, broke that down in this post that she made. So y'all get in the comment section and y'all let me know what y'all think about this entire situation. And until the next time, this is OG Jacario TV with the latest in rap hip hop.
Alright, gang, so I said I might look at Charleston White, but let's look at this shit, man. This shit getting crazy.
Y'all wanna know how we got caught? I will gladly tell y'all.
This her best friend, baby mama.
They put a track on my car. I went to jail too. The fuck? They interrogated me too like I was guilty because I had nothing to do.
This the best friend of baby mama.
None of that. Nothing at all. Hell no.
The police was at your house on a Tuesday. You was with the nigga on Thursday. So yes, that shit looked shady as fuck.
Car wash, it was stupid. They didn't have to do that shit. The fuck? But if the mama wanna know what happened and what the fuck I know, I'm willing to tell her. Cause she deserved that. That mama knows.
Oh, they was in the car with and that hoe. And when I find out who this bitch is when you get out of jail, I'ma bitch your stupid ass. Everybody gonna bitch your motherfucker. Yeah, everybody gonna whoop you, bitch. Here go this hoe. Y'all take a good look at this hoe. Getting out of jail. It's over the jail. It's over the jail. It's over the jail.
Information indicates Fort Worth police located the white Kia Rio at an apartment complex, and surveillance video obtained shows two men dressed identical to the suspects arriving a few minutes after the fatal shooting. They park the car, get out, and toss objects into a grassy field before going into an apartment. It was Robinson's girlfriend, according to the affidavit, who identified him. She was seen driving away in the vehicle. Police stopped her and brought her in for questioning, where she told investigators Robinson borrowed the car after dropping her off at work, then called her later, provided the location of the vehicle, and told her to come pick the vehicle up because something had happened. Police say Robinson's Texas identification card was located inside the white Kia.
Stupid as fuck.
I don't agree with that nigga killing no kids. I asked him, how the fuck did you do some shit like that? How the fuck can you sleep doing shit like that? What the fuck? I was mad about that shit.
Damn. Shout out Drill Time TV. This shit wild.
I'm just letting you know how it is. It's kill time.
What's up, what it do? Drill Time TV checking in once again. Man, crazy times we living in. First and foremost, I'd like to send my condolences to Ronnie and his daughter that lost their life so senselessly. And although the police struggle for a motive in this double murder, one important fact is being left off the table. I'm talking about when you hear it, it's gonna be a complete plot twist. And it's gonna fuck up every little bit of your understanding too.
Yeah, let's get to it then,
Get right to it after you hit the like button and share this to spread awareness. And if you ain't subscribed to the channel, it's a good time to do it now. Now, according to the news, after the killers did what they did and exited the car wash, they pulled right up to the getaway driver apartment and discarded some items in the field. So boom. So the police catch her leaving in the vehicle, snatch her up and interview her. So she told them folks they dropped her off to work and took her car and did what they did without her knowledge. So yeah, she took him right to him and lined him up like he was in a barber chair. So that's why I'm assuming that they released her on the same day.
Damn.
But insists that they still haven't determined the motive for this double murder. Switching gears, could you imagine being locked down in the feds and get the word that your partner lost his life along with his 5-year-old daughter, only to later find out that your baby mama compromised and was arrested picking up one of the killers in desperate hopes to transport them to safety? That's an unimaginable pain that hopefully none of you guys ever have to endure. But unfortunately, this became a grim reality to a Texas rapper that we go speak upon later on in the video. Now, in order to understand the situation a little clearer, we have to rewind time to before Kalila was apprehended. And what exactly was she doing? Well, according to her friend Booney, she was supposed to be babysitting for her while she was in Mexico getting that double B to the But when the news broke that homegirl got snatched up in that little Ronnie Hitt, she had learned that Kalila passed the baby off to a couple people and she ended up with a complete stranger. But I feel the complete stranger was an angel in disguise for unexpectedly being delegated the task, for stepping up to the plate and being there for them kids, because a lot of people wouldn't want to be involved.
Can you call the neighbor? I'm on live. Yeah, because at the end of the day, I can only speak on what the fuck I know. And multiple people was being called right or wrong. Yeah. She not knowing what's going on. She, you know what I'm saying? Hello? Hello. So I am the mother of the baby that was given to you. I'm just trying to see how my baby even ended up with you.
Damn.
Well, she went into the office and asked me to watch her kids and your baby. You know, because she had to go to the office. Do you know what's going on with her situation?
At first I didn't know what was going on because I was all the way out of the country, and my best friend said that you called her phone, so we're calling your number back. I know that you dropped my baby off to my best friend, but she's I don't know the complete story of what was going on.
So the best friend's the one who set the
I know that my baby had been passed around by multiple strangers. So I'm just trying to get an understanding.
Right. Well, when they called her to the office, she stayed down there for a long time. I was watching her 2 kids as she stayed at home. And, or whatever. And your baby was there. So, you know, when she called her mother, told her to go pick up her kids from school, that's what she did. And I got to meet, Kay's mother. And she said, Kay want me to take the kids to my house. And I'm like, oh, okay. And she said, I'll call, maybe try to call whoever, you or your friend, to see what we would do with the baby. And I
So you can't leave your kids with everybody, gang.
Hey, if you got something to do, I'll sit here with the baby or I'll take her where she needs to go. Okay. That's the story I know. I don't know what else is going on. Evidently it's a serious situation. Okay. So how's the baby?
She's all right. I just wanted to ask because originally I was told the baby was with the mother, and then I ended up being told the baby was with you. So I'm just trying to clarify on who had the baby because it was several different people that supposedly had the baby.
The baby died.
Right.
She was having issues with it.
I know it was me. I mean, if somebody else had the baby, I have no idea. Have you talked to Kay? No. But I will be reaching back out to you. I was just trying to get some clarification. Oh, okay. All right. That's fine. All right. And what is your name? Kiki. Oh, okay. All right, Kiki. How's the baby doing? She's all right, but I'll be reaching back out to you. Okay. All right. Okay, so like I said, I'm not lying about nothing that transpired. Now, me saying that it was probably get back or something like that, like I said, I didn't know why she was with the nigga on Thursday. This is what the fuck I'm saying. When I first got a call, I'm all the way in Mexico, it's Tuesday. The mama calls me and she's like, Kay, unable to take care of the baby. I need somebody to get the baby. I hung up in the mama face. I called my best friend. I'm like, best friend, I don't know what's going on, but I just need you to get my baby from Kay. They're not telling me like it's a serious situation going on. Really, how they worded it in the beginning, it was more so like it wasn't no explanation. Like somebody needs to get the baby. Okay, cool. So my best friend was supposed to get the baby. My best friend ended up getting a call by the neighbor, the lady I just spoke to. We went in the call log and called the lady back. Y'all just heard what she had to say. She had my child. But at the end of the day, again, I did trust her. I did look at her as family. And if I don't know what's going on, so maybe I did jump the gun feeling like you're guilty, because how did you end up with him on Thursday? Because the police was at her house on Tuesday.
No, so this was, so
if you didn't know about a murder taking place on Monday, you for sure knew on Tuesday when the police supposedly surrounded your house.
After the murder.
So you being caught up with the same nigga on Thursday, yeah, that looked as shady as fuck. And yeah, I did say something because again, I trusted you.
So her best friend, she trying to say her best friend set up her
So like I said, lie about what?
And her baby daddy.
I'm confused. I posted our messages to give context on what I was saying, because everybody is trying to make it seem like I just made that up. How did I just make that up? How did I want clout on the situation? I have nothing to do with that other shit. I'm only mad about my baby being passed around to multiple people because you got extracurricular activities going on.
Damn.
That's it, that's all. And I'm gonna leave this live up so y'all can hear what the fuck the neighbor just said. I didn't make that up.
So that was her neighbor.
Y'all act like when the neighbor got the baby, she told us what was going on. Y'all heard that lady didn't even know what was going on. So again, a dry ass stranger just had my baby and didn't even know what the fuck they were supposed to do with the baby, right?
Wait. Let me quickly interject from my observations. Where the fuck did the home training take off to, gang? Where the respect and common courtesy? I'll be paying gratitude. Like, look here, ma'am, I know you ain't have to take time out your day to step up to the plate and be there for my loved ones, but I appreciate everything you did from the bottom of my heart. Because first and foremost, you ain't even had the decency to say thank you before running back to another group of strangers over eager to plead your case.
So about what? Y'all just heard the lady yourself. So how the fuck did I lie? Moral of the story is, my baby was passed to multiple people. I never knew what was actually going on. So my perception, from my point of view, my baby was just dry ass being passed to people I do not fucking know.
Been in a car accident?
And like I said, me trusting her, I didn't know why my baby left her care to begin with. That was it. That was all. The police was at your house on a Tuesday. You was with the nigga on Thursday. So yes, that shit looked as shady as fuck. Talking about I'm mad I didn't know. Fuck yeah, now I'm not mad about none of your personal business, but I feel like if she would have just said, you know, like, I had to give the baby away because something really, really serious is going on, and, you know, she cannot be here or something, I probably would have just left it the fuck alone, but you were literally on Facebook being put in handcuffs, walking away with a nigga, but your house was just surrounded on Tuesday, so how did you end up back with him on Thursday? All that shit just looking crazy as fuck. I'm not even finna be doing the yelling or going back and forth. At the end of the day, had it been your baby over here with me, you probably would have wanted some type of explanation on, like, if my house got surrounded, and then moral of the story, your baby ended up with a neighbor, and the neighbor not telling us nothing either. The neighbor just like, hey, I got your baby. Where do I drop y'all baby out to? You wouldn't feel no type of way? So you can't tell me shit about no cloud chasing or nothing, because cloud chasing with me would be me trying to make that situation about me. I could only make the situation about me being mad about my baby being passed around. That was it. That was all. Talking about my that I was all over the place and I didn't know what the fuck was going on. Duh. Everybody calling everybody, and nobody is able to tell me what the fuck is going on. All I'm knowing is a different person got the baby. A lady I don't fucking know from Adam and Eve as my baby. And when the baby get dropped off, did she tell you something about the baby? Like, she didn't even give you an explanation on why.
Okay, no, so this is before the murder.
Who the fuck wouldn't be mad? Did you even try to, like, say something on Wednesday? No.
No, because it said Lil Ronnie, best friend, baby mama, helped the killer.
Yeah, you don't have to give a fuck about my situation or nothing. You don't have to give a fuck, because obviously you really did have bigger fish to fry. No, you talking about you wouldn't be leaving your child with nobody. For one, she wasn't just nobody. I've been knowing her since me and her were both pregnant at the same time. So we've been knowing each other for a long time. The
problem wasn't leaving the baby with her. The problem was that my baby was getting passed around to different people, and I didn't know it was something more serious even going on at the time, because nobody wanted to say anything. They just kept saying, here is the baby, like, we're bringing y'all the baby. So please just stop saying it like I left the baby with a stranger originally. If it ain't my mama, nobody not watching my ass. You hoes desperate as fuck to be outside. It wasn't even an outside type of situation, so I don't know what you're talking about right now. That lady done been to birthday parties. We done been on the phone, like, just sit that one out. TT, you just running your mouth because I had no control over that. You just heard that lady on live say that her house was actually surrounded by police and she gave my baby to somebody. That had nothing to do with me. You should be irritated. But yeah, I don't want nobody trying to make it seem like maybe what you mean I really don't know nobody? I know a lot. What you mean? I didn't know the neighbor. I didn't know her mama. I know her. Then y'all saying leave y'all kids with anybody. Like I said on my last live, every time me and her spoke, she was always with her kids. She didn't show me nothing. Didn't I say that last time? She didn't show me nothing to make me think that she do shady shit.
Well, somewhere in between that time and a friend Booney must have had to change her heart, because in a post and delete she stated, I'm so hurt, I'm disgusted. I trusted this with my baby while I was getting surgery Monday, and you was a part of doing harm to our baby daddy homeboy and his baby. Y'all, this something else. How could you sleep at night knowing what type of role you played? Long live Chucky and Chink. And this post sent social media in a frenzy, because now the world wanted to know just who exactly was the baby daddies that was Lil Ronnie homeboy. In searching the getaway driver page, we almost ran into a dead end, being that most of the page is private. But one post stood out. The post when she was talking to her son, baby Kai, about how her baby daddy don't deserve it. And in the comment section, lo and behold, they had the baby daddy tag. So boom, I'm scrolling down and I see the profile of Kyron Xavier Peters. I'm like, okay, that makes sense. Baby Kyron. So I click on the profile, boom. And her baby daddy is Lil Ronnie main man, Texas rapper Go Yayo. Then I'm like, damn, this bitch colder than a polar bear toenail. She ain't never do her man's man like that, you know what I'm saying? Damn. So now in my mind, I'm thinking, damn, if these are a wild ass coincidence, or she one of them. Because if you noticed in her life, she was unapologetic and emotional towards her baby daddy homeboy Lil Ronnie losing his life. In fact, she seemed to be more upset from the heat being drawn from that innocent little girl getting hit.
How could the fuck could you kill a kid, bro? How could you do that? How could you kill that fucking kid? The nigga kept telling me he didn't know that baby was there. Bitch, are you okay? Are you cool, ho? How could you kill a kid? The fuck? No, I had nothing to do with none of that.
To obtain new details about the shooting at a Forest Hill car wash that killed a father and his 5-year-old daughter. Both suspects are in custody for capital murder after that shooting 1 week ago today. Fox 4's Dion Englund is live with what those court documents reveal. Dion?
Other Hannah, disturbing details from court documents today. Yet still no clear motive has been laid out.
Adonis Robinson, arrested in Polk County on Thursday, is now in the Tarrant County Jail. On Friday, 21-year-old Jacoby Russell was also booked into the jail. Both men are facing capital murder charges in the Forest Hill car wash deaths of rap artist Ronnie Sibley and his 5-year-old daughter Armani. Court documents in the case include an arrest affidavit for Robinson. While it does not reflect a motive in the ambush killing, it does include details that played out a week ago. It indicates Sibley was vacuuming his car when two men got out of a 2016 white Kia Rio. It states the suspects were armed with an assault-style rifle and handguns. Investigators describe how they approached Sibley and immediately opened fire, and they continued to fire and chase Sibley as he tried to run and get away. The document reveals Sibley's 5-year-old daughter, while in the front passenger seat of his vehicle, was struck and killed by those flying bullets. Further information indicates Fort Worth police located the white Kia Rio at an apartment complex, and surveillance video obtained shows two men dressed identical to the suspects arriving a few minutes after the fatal shooting. They park the car, get out, and toss objects into a grassy field before going into an apartment. It was Robinson's girlfriend, according to the affidavit, who identified him. She was seen driving away in the vehicle. Police stopped her and brought her in for questioning, where she told investigators Robinson borrowed the car after dropping her off at work, then called her later, provided the location of the vehicle, and told her to come pick the vehicle up because something had happened. Police say Robinson's Texas identification card was located inside the white Kia.
And Goyeo responded from the feds, her torn to pieces after the betrayal that took place and finding out his son's mother ain't playing fair. And Goyeo wrote to Ronnie, I don't know what to say, big brother, you gave me the game. You put me in front when you really didn't have to. You taught me everything. You took me under your wing when Zach died. And I've been glued to your hip ever since. You was my coach. I never had a brother, so y'all became my brothers. I remember sleeping on Miss Frida's couch. R.I.P. I remember when you introduced me to Black. You introduced me to Greg Cross, Big Uke Money, Kevin Kunta. Zach gave me the name Yayo, but you was the one that stabbed it. I wouldn't be nothing without you. I should have took the QC deal. You told me to, but it was too small. I couldn't repay you for everything. And when they laughed at me, you told me they always go come running back when we got the millions. And when I finally signed my deal, you was more happy than me. Boy, you fucked us up with this one. They took a good nigga. They took my coach, my heart, because I go against God behind you, big bro. I can't even look at myself knowing I'm back in jail and I can't see you get put to rest. Man, and they took Chink. You know I know what her and Yanni mean to you. I remember when your brother Eric died. I was with you every day. We lost Zach and Easy the same year. I cried on FaceTime with you when I was locked up when T. Jones passed. Shit, I'm crushed. I'm lost. You ain't never did nothing to nobody. You told me leave the streets alone and rap, but I ain't listen. I was supposed to save us, but I felt I'm sorry. Cause of a sorry bitch, I'm missing a part of me that's gone. Hey, but you know what I'm gonna do about you? I'ma mourn you till I join you. It's blood for you and Chinks on my kids. Every dollar I get, every bop I screw, everything that drop is for you till I'm gone. How I'm supposed to do this without you, cuz? And then he goes to tell little Ronnie, baby mama, Shaman, I'm sorry. This is my fault somehow. But we go win in the end. Fuck rap, fuck all that shit. I'll never get to shoot the shit with you again. I'm through. Hey, cuz, I'm sorry. But little bro go do it for you. Hood Fame 4E, tell Zach I miss him and I'll see y'all soon. And Goyeo made a post saying God put him back in there for a reason. And social media pulled up some intel of one of their ops seen in 2 separate pictures with Lil Ronnie and Chink's killers. On top of that, while he been in the feds for the past 3 years, his baby mama had a shooter sitting right on top of her, waiting on his departure from the feds to possibly deal him the same fate. She playing a dangerous game out here, you hear me? Hey, don't waste your love on the wrong heart. Hey, but it's over for them shooters.
So she was saying that I left the baby with you, turn to find out you was crying on the baby and the baby
so she
daddy.
gon' pop on the stand and reinforce everything she said in that live about Adonis confessing. Motive clear as day. Baby mama don't fuck with baby daddy. Linked up with the ops, a bag was dropped, and she was trying to catch a piece of that shit. Simple and plain, but she had to abort the mission because shit got too hot. Do y'all think it's a coincidence that 2 years ago she made a post slandering Goyeo? And fast forward till now, the killer's popping out of her car to kill her baby daddy best friend? But let me know what y'all know down below. Don't forget to like, comment, and share this to spread awareness. And I'll catch you in the next one up top. Drill Time TV, I'm out.
Shout out to Neo Nation. So we're gonna listen to a little bit of Charleston White and see why he disrespected Lil Ronnie.
Neo Nation.
Man, what it do, y'all? I appreciate y'all for tapping back into Neo Nation. I'm Tony 3 times, and the topic of today is your boy Charleston White. So you know your boy Charleston White.
Why not say what you say?
Yeah, they ain't gonna do nothing for that baby. They don't care about that baby. They just like rappers. The babies die every day in our community. That baby.
They don't do nothing for them.
Man, they didn't do nothing to the killers. They let the police catch the killers. I thought the streets would go get them.
Right.
They got to hide out in the streets for 2 or 3 days before the police found them. They didn't go shoot up their mama house. They didn't go shoot the mama house up. They didn't go shoot up their homeboy's house. They didn't do nothing but go online and post, but 2 kids got killed just right around the corner at the same car wash with their father. Nobody said nothing. 2 kids got killed with their dad at the car wash right around the corner on the southwest side.
The only reason why that caught light because it was a rapper.
It was a rapper. That's the only reason, because it was a rapper. But listen, they don't want to tell y'all that this rapper, he been robbing people. They ran out with the Mexican cartel drugs, and then he got hit for $40,000, and he set up the gambling game to get robbed for $40,000. That's what they don't want to tell y'all.
They don't know the truth. They just know what they see and read online.
Man, they picking and choosing.
Right.
2 babies got killed in the same city, in the same area, at a car wash with their father. But because it wasn't no rapper, nobody said nothing. So I said, man, fuck that baby. Babies die all the time. Now, what y'all saying?
You see what the mama said?
The mom, man, come on now.
The mama.
They was trying to say Charleston White was trying to fuck the baby mama, but she wouldn't let him. That's why he got mad.
You're not worried about your own baby.
Man, you heard what the mama said? So this is what I'm saying. This rapper been going around gambling and setting up losing, and then he set the winners up to get robbed. Then they ran off with the Mexican cartel. So
and then he ride around. And now he ride around with his baby like everything sweet.
Now he ride around with his baby like everything sweet.
That's crazy.
But they don't want to talk about that because it was a rapper.
So they dropped a bag on his head.
But they whispering about it in the streets. So I don't give who mad. Ain't nobody gonna do nothing to me by being mad. They just gonna be mad.
Right.
Then another baby go get killed. But they ain't gonna be mad about that baby.
No, it's just gonna be.
So I don't give who mad. I keep them mad at me.
Oh, I know it. I know it.
I keep they mother mad at me, but I keep that pistol with me too. I just beat 2 ag assaults. I beat another.
Somebody with the hustle cartel bush.
Nah, man, that's like I ain't never even met that before in life. Me and he ain't never even seen each other before in life. I got 2 ag assaults when I got attacked at the barbershop.
Oh, I ain't see that one.
Yeah, I got attacked at the barbershop, and I got 2 ag assaults from being attacked at the barbershop. That hustle cartel, I was fighting them charter for 3 years before he even came along.
So he just whooped.
He just lying. He just making up as he go along. Yeah, me and this guy have never seen each other face to face. Never in life.
That's wild. I didn't know that.
He just trying to put some propaganda out there to keep the name.
Man, that you want to be famous. And happy, mad, or sad. Happy, mad, or sad. If you evoke those kind of emotions, then they mind shut down. Niggas don't think through their emotions.
Yeah.
But that's why the mama on there getting drunk, hollering about we don't need no GoFundMe. Well, if y'all don't need no GoFundMe, why did y'all change the amount from what, 10,000 to 60,000?
Damn.
If y'all don't need to GoFundMe, why y'all take the amount to 60,000?
So they changed.
Come on, man.
The amount from 10,000 to 60,000.
Man, it went from like 10 to 60.
That's a jump. I see you jump from 10 to 20. That mother went to 60.
Come on now. But everybody saying all the rappers in this baby. They're not telling y'all this same rapper he's known as the best gambler in Texas. The best gambler in Texas lost $40,000 in a dice game. Right? This is weeks ago.
Yeah.
Him and his partners or his cohorts set up the guy that hit him for the $40,000 to get robbed. So that's one robbery they done set up. Amazing. Not only that, they ran out with the Mexican cartel. It's in the rap song. It's in the rap song. They ran out, and whoever this Mexican plug is, he ain't no pushover. He ain't no punk. They got this Mexican stuff.
So he dropped the bag on his head.
Who put the hit out? And man, they get you in the baby when there's this much money involved.
Right. Well, I don't think they knew the baby was in the car when they seen him, but that's a simple fact.
All right, we back. So y'all see from that information, man, I be kind of confused. I'm not gonna cap because like some of the information is, you gotta like make it make sense. But then when you start thinking about it, it's like, oh, okay, I get it. So it's like, man. So they had beef, man, and the baby mama of Go Yayo basically set up Little Ronnie. trying to say that little Ronnie girlfriend was best friends with the baby mama of the killers, and she used to watch little Ronnie's daughter. So it's like, it's crazy because now they gotta go fund me. The mama turning up with the money on, like, crib, bruh. It's like, bruh, you know, when you in these streets, man, and you put money on and drugs and all this stuff involved, bruh, it get so damn dangerous, bruh. Especially in Texas, man. It gets so damn dangerous, bruh. Like, you losing money on over 40K and trying to sell niggas for it is like, that shit can come back on you expeditiously, like fast as fuck, bruh. Because, you know, niggas not playing by no money on, especially during hard times, bruh. And like I said, man, you never know who the people you robbing, bruh. Cause some people put that hit on your head and get up. Especially if you already got enemies and ops. Niggas be looking at their chops like, I already had beef with this nigga, bruh. Now they gave me a motive. So that's what they were trying to say. They was trying to go, I guess, I don't know if they got paid or what. Or they were trying to get the money on. That's some dumbass niggas. If they didn't get paid, and they just did this hit, that's crazy, bruh. But I guess they were trying to go to Houston to get the money on or some shit, and they got caught. Man, you know, you gotta be careful who you let near your kids and your people, man, because the same people you call your friends will be the same people who call your enemies. I always say this, who need enemies when you got friends? Because people can play their role real good. They act like they like you, but the whole time they've been secretly jealous of you. They been act like they fuck with you, the whole time they ain't never liked you. They act like they fuck with you, but the whole time they was just trying to use you. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta be careful, man, because you'll be killing these niggas. The next thing you know, you're crying. They laughing over your burial site, or your people burial site. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of shit is stupid. Like, why you leave your ID in the car, first off? Then you throw the gun behind the house. Like, that's stupid. You know what I'm saying? But, hey, you know, people do stupid things when they need some shit, man. So, prayers out to the family and all the people who going through the situation, man. Freedom niggas, man, because at the same time, man, we in this wicked ass system, man, and, you know, shit can get down, like, you know how the streets don't like to handle shit. So, hey, at the end of the day, man, you know, we out here, man. You know, we all black, and it sucks sometimes, you know. But the person who they said put the hit out was Mexican, so I don't know, man. It's just some tough ass shit, man. Make sure y'all send prayers to the family, man. Like I said, if y'all want to put some money out to that GoFundMe, you can. I'm not. I'm gonna be honest, cause I don't know what, you know what I'm saying. Like, let's be honest, you feel me? But yeah, we out the bitch. Hood, Northside, Big Crip, gang. Northside.
Hey, Dad, you know, dog, when we link up, dog, this shit be legendary. You know this instrumental, you the engineer on it, so Kodak everywhere.